The conclusion of episode 24, part 2 of Digimon Liberator has finally hit. Only a week after the last one, the story has basically come to a close, although we do have 2 more parts at least coming this month. So in today's video, I just want to celebrate Digimon Liberator and this finale arc, plus what seems to be the conclusion and epilogue of Digimon Liberator, probably leading into the upcoming mobile game, Digimon Alysion. Let's jump into it. What is up, digital companions? My name is Karn EX and welcome back to another video. And Liberator, we barely knew thee, but no, really, we still have a little ways to go. I would say at least expect to see Digimon Liberator run till the end of this month when Digimon Con happens, but it could go a little longer. And speaking of the Digimon card game, Digimon Liberator, and maybe even Digimon Alysion, it is always a privilege when we get a sponsor for one of these videos that directly lines up with your interest as Digimon fans, and today's sponsor is Springway Collectibles. Springway Collectibles are a small UK business specializing in Yu-Gi-Oh! And now Digimon. They've had their first big shipment of Digimon product in, and to celebrate, they're offering a special Karn EX discount. If you use my code Karn EX, you will get 10% off all Digimon product on Springway Collectibles. And in addition to that, they also have free UK postage on orders over £30. Currently, they're offering 2 major Digimon products that you will not find anywhere else cheaper, and that's even before using my code. The Premium Bandai Beelzemon Leather Effect Deck Box. These are so sick, designed after everyone's favorite badass Beelzemon, featuring his seal embossed on the front. This is the first official Digimon deck box from Premium Bandai, with that premium leather effect material that feels like the real thing. Also, it has 12 exclusive promo cards featuring some Tamers favorites and some 3 Musketeers. And they also have the Digimon card game's 2nd anniversary set, a big old box of goodies for any Digimon or Digimon TCG fan, with an exclusive Frontier card set and a set of cards featuring some OG favorites, plus an exclusive playmat and sleeves. Both this and the deck box would make brilliant gifts for a Digimon fan in your life, or just you. They do offer international shipping too. Obviously, depending on your country and current landscape, there might be shipping situations to consider, but especially if you're in the UK, this is a great deal and you will benefit from that free shipping over £30 only in the UK. So make sure you go check out Springway Collectibles, especially if you're in the UK. Use my promo code Karn EX, all one word, to get 10% off your order, and I'll give you free shipping on orders over £30. And thank you to Springway Collectibles for sponsoring this video. So yes, Digimon Liberator episode 24 part 2 aired this week, and it really was a wrap up. Honestly, after last week's chapter, I was expecting a little bit more resolution for Unchained's redemption, quote unquote, but I guess them having the power of the wind with Vortextramon and Shoto kind of just proved to Unchained that they didn't need to do anything more. It almost felt like a too idyllic ending to me at first. I was like, is this real? This feels very dream sequency. Egg went back to normal, all the Machinamon turned back to normal Digimon. Interestingly, besides the little Terriermon assistant cameo there and some others, 2 very prominent Digimon shown during this transformation sequence from Machinamon back to normal Digimon are Renamon and Herismon, who we already know from the Digimon Alysion closed beta are going to feature prominently in that story, just saying. Blue skies everywhere. I was like, this feels like a little bit too easy of a resolution, and then we see that despite the fact that Unchained has said, yeah, okay, fine, you did what I thought wasn't possible, Vortextramon converts to wind data, we found out that Shoto became a massive override program because of coming in contact with the unique emblem, the special structure of Machinamon and Terromon's most important override. But then Unchained reveals that despite all that, the merging of Cross Connexia and Lacuna is still happening. They are still smashing the worlds together. It's the Stranger Things finale all over again. But I was surprised to see Unchained kind of realize that their plan didn't have to go through and seemingly wants to help Shoto shut down the merging of Cross Connexia and Lacuna. First of all, this does also confirm that we're not going to get Gaiamon from Digimon World 3. I thought that was fairly obvious given everything that was going on. They just wanted to have a kind of reference to Gaiamon. And honestly, even if Gaiamon was formed here, first of all, they'd have to address the whole Atmon thing in the card card game, but also wouldn't Gaiamon in this instance form a Lacunamon or a Cross-Connectionmon? It wouldn't form a Gaiamon with the Earth, you know? So Unchained then says to Shoto, well, I need your strength, your override to stop the fusion. There is this one panel which makes me suspicious of Unchained's intentions here. Shoto says, I can trust your word, right? And Unchained is like, of course. And I think he probably can, but it is a little bit, I don't know, I'm not sure. I think this is supposed to be Unchained's redemption, but like I say, it just felt very quick, very brief, which, you know, is fine. They've seen that what they assumed had to happen didn't have to happen, but there's always that chance that they have one trick up their sleeve given the fact that the webcomic is not over yet. If Unchained is indeed being tricksy, that might explain why Ex Machinamon's encyclopedia listing still says Ex Machinamon remains an enigma with additional details yet to be uncovered. However, it could very much be the flip side, and instead of us revealing a darker, more evil element to Ex Machinamon, it actually reveals that it's kind of as a merging of two sides of Digimon, a good Digimon, a benevolent Digimon, and maybe its powers can also be used for good, and that's going to get added to the encyclopedia. Something I was thinking about here though is that Unchained is going to separate the manual override from Shoto, take away the red from his hair, which possibly made me think this could be leading us to Alysion, where Dark Shoto and Terramon show up. Maybe the manual override data stripped from Shoto becoming corrupted in a similar way to how Unchained led to Xeno's downfall, but this time as its own separate entity, maybe? Like a ghost in the machine, a ghost in the shell? I don't know whether that's actually going to happen. I don't know if I can actually see this being a result of Unchained, but certainly this manual override data being stripped away from Shoto could explain why there is this evil Shoto in Alysion. The ending of this episode shows us Unchained saying, don't worry, we will protect you, and summoning Metatromon and Dalphomon, and then saying, all right, let's begin, with a shot of everyone from the webcomic and the novel side looking up pensively, worried about the merging of the world, and then a big shine, and 8 months later. In general, this is obviously the resolution of Liberator, although everyone does look quite angry at the end here. I'm getting vibes. I think what's actually most likely to be happening, given that Unchained says, don't worry, we will protect you, I have no regrets, and their hair turning pink with this pink shine above egg, the Unchained might be doing a kind of Oikawa at the end of 02, sacrificing their energy with the override data of Shoto to lose their form but become a protective barrier around Lacuna. Continuing with the trend recently rather than fortnightly, the next episode, episode 25 part 1, will be coming on March 12th, just 1 week from today, which means presumably episode 25 part 2 will be coming around March 19th. This does line up interestingly, as episode 25 part 1 will be dropping 3 days, or 2 days depending on your time zone, before the Digimon TCG World Finals. We saw with this chapter reveals for AD01 Digimon Generation reprints of the EX7 Shoto Kazuma and the BT13 Omekamon. So it might be when the next chapter comes out just before Worlds, that's going to sync up with more Digimon Liberator, maybe Digimon Alysion cards being revealed for AD01 or the future. And if they continue weekly, episode 25 part 2 would then bring us up exactly 3 days before Digimon Con. We are so in the wheelhouse. We are so moving towards this Alysion launch. It feels so obvious to me. Alysion launching in like April or May feels like a very likely thing right now. I even suspect that it was supposed to release earlier, perhaps end of last year, start of this year. I just do not think that Liberator going suddenly from a very structured fortnightly release with novel in between or columns in between to suddenly releasing once a week doesn't mean something. It has to. In my opinion, it means that they are wrapping it up quicker than they intended, or that they initially delayed it to last longer and now don't have to because the follow-up project to promote the TCG Alysion set in the same world is coming very soon. If you're in any doubt as well, the official Digimon TCG EN account said Digimon Liberator, it's almost over. They wouldn't be saying it's almost over. Obviously they're referring to the in-universe fight, but they're also referring to Liberator. They wouldn't say this if they were planning on doing a new whole arc of Digimon Liberator like they did last time when it looked like things were wrapping up during the Imperial Dramon fight, and then they posted the art showing the kind of second season, the time skip I guess, for Digimon Liberator. I do think this is the end, at least for now. Also, I'd be remiss if I didn't bring this up, but there is this leak supposedly going around. It's not related to Digimon TCG, but you know, there is Card Slash, so I guess it's card related, of a Digimon Tamers D-Arc 25th Color Evolution. Seeing conflicted reports here, I personally think that this specific mock-up might be fake. There's just some things about the assets which don't look super Patron brand to me. The shape of the D-Arcs look a little off, but that could be more consistent with the anime. Some of the positioning of the cards in this ad also look very amateur, and the way the blue card specifically looks doesn't look quite right to me. However, whether this specific image is fake or not, it's very likely that a D-Arc 25th Color Evolution is coming. Tamers is one of the most popular seasons of all time, and April of this year is the 25th anniversary of Digimon Tamers. Obviously, we're also hoping for more stuff from the other anniversary seasons like Data Squad, maybe even Atmon, but let's face it, after the 25th Color Evolution for the original adventure and the D3, the D-Arc Color Evolution is almost certainly coming and would be a very obvious reveal for Digimon Con. Some people saying this specific leak is fake. Like I say, I think it might be, but I do think it's probably indicative of a real product either way, so I would expect to see that somewhere around Digimon Con. I said this on Twitter and on videos before, but I actually like having a bit of a leak culture for a fandom. It's one of the reasons that I think, although it has gone too far with Pokemon in the illegal sense, but also things like Kingdom Hearts, Final Fantasy, very recently Kingdom Hearts had this terrible fake Kingdom Hearts 1 remake leak, which was just so badly put together. But to me, a leak culture, whether you're leaking actual information or creating fake leaks, is a hugely indicative sign that people care about said leaks. Fandoms, franchises that are decaying, that don't have a ton of hype around them, won't get leaks, especially fake leaks, because there's not enough people out there to warrant A, putting in the effort to fake them, and B, having a fandom that would be rabid enough to care about the fakes. We have had a slow ramping up of leaks recently in Digimon community, and I do think it's fun. I don't want a whole surprise ruined, but little things like this, whether this is fake or not, or indeed like the leaks of Digimon Beat Break and things like that, it just creates a little bit more hype. I think that teasing culture is so great. And so while, yeah, maybe I personally prefer a Digivice IC or something like that to come out, I do think this is a very natural thing to happen. And whether or not this specific picture is real, I would expect to see this kind of thing at Digimon Con or this year. Digimon Con is only like a week before the April 1st anniversary of Digimon Tamers, so makes sense to me. But that's it for now. The resolution for Digimon Liberator is both very enjoyable and does mean that we're getting ever closer to Digimon Alysion, my currently most anticipated Digimon title that hasn't released. If you enjoyed this video, please do like and subscribe. It would mean the world. I know I've kind of gone a little bit easy on asking people to subscribe recently because we hit the 100k milestone, but let's kick it into gear now that we're in Digimon Con month, eh? Thank you so much to my sovereigns, ZDK14, Lupus Lichlord, and Jeremy Babineau over on patreon.com/Karn EX, plus everyone else over there on Patreon. You guys are amazing. And my YouTube channel members here on YouTube for holding it down. Got lots more coming your way soon, and I'll see you next time when we go digital. Bye bye.